Hey, good morning, peeps. Just wanted to do a follow-up here of the first day yesterday. I hope this video works out okay. Sun's just now starting to come up, so I'm about 6 o'clock in the morning here. Heading up US 1 north towards St. Augustine. So anyway, yeah, yesterday was great. Started the new job. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out the previous videos there and keep updated. But first of all, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry for some of you that are used to this channel being all about, you know, working on bikes and dirt bikes and three-wheelers and all that kind of stuff. And for now, it's just kind of turned into a vlog channel for a little while, but I'm trying to, you know, keep some cool stuff on here. It'll get back to normal. And also, when I was thinking of moving down here to Florida, I got on YouTube, and I've said this a little bit in my other video, but I got on YouTube and I was looking for stuff about Florida, you know, moving to Florida and all this, and I just felt like, you know, some of it was scripted, so to speak, and people weren't really going through things and this and that, and I found a couple of them useful, but I found a lot of them that weren't. So some of this stuff is about also moving to Florida and, hey, look at me, you know, I can do it, you can do it, you know. I said that in one of my other videos for you followers, but that's what that's kind of what these videos are turning into right now is, you know, it's real life raw stuff. This is it. I had a great plan before I moved here, and I deviated from that plan when I first got here because I should have went right to a place I had, and I didn't. I was trying to find another one that I thought, you know, might be a little better, because that person didn't want me to pay the whole month. And well, I ended up staying in a motel for a couple days and basically blew $300 that I didn't need to. Then I made a bad decision. Instead of going to the construction job, which I'm heading to now, that I had lined up, I ended up trying a different job, and that didn't work out and cost me more money. So, you know, I had a great plan when I came here, but personally, I deviated from that plan, and it cost me. So I seem to never learn. I always got to learn by my mistakes. So anyway, I just want to show you that, you know, you just stick with it. You just, you know, have a backup plan. If you don't have a backup plan, then you need to hit the street and get busy. Don't lay around, cry about it, bitch and complain. Just get up and do something about it, which that's what I did. I just, you know, I had to go do something. So now, basically, you know, I'm more than a week behind, like 10 days behind where I wanted to be. And I've probably spent over $1,000 that I shouldn't have, this or that, but I'm still doing good. I still got money in my pocket. I'm going to get my first paycheck next Thursday. Now, I hope they let me work tomorrow, which it's not looking good, because that'll give me 3 days on the next paycheck. But then the following week, I'll get a full paycheck, and I got 2 bikes. Dragon Cycles is back in business. I got 2 bikes to work on up in Jacksonville, which I talked about again in the other videos and stuff. So this week's going to be a little tight, but next week's going to be real sweet. I'll start getting a full paycheck. And, you know, so far I can't say a lot about the job. What happened, you know, I was kind of filming some stuff real quick for you guys. My battery was dying, and you know, it's in an unfamiliar place, and I know they weren't really appreciating it. But anyway, so I show up on the job, and of course the foreman's not there yet because he had to go to the office to get the paychecks and everything. And so I'm just standing there, and I guess that's basically what he said. I wasn't going to assume anything. And so he finally showed up, and he says, I know what I want you to do. I want you to go down there and push those stumps up in a pile, because I'm going to burn them later. And just move everything back 10 feet and push them up in a pile. You know, and I knew what that was. They just wanted to see if I could even start the machine or not. So I went down there, and of course I did a hell of a job of that. You know, I got them all pushed up, and then not only that, you know, I smoothed out the area around the pile, you know, and then I didn't even think twice. I saw the two guys, one guy's running the big hoe and another guy's running the same size hoe as me. I saw them struggling. You saw all those trucks lined up, didn't you, in the beginning of the video? Well, I saw them struggling. The one guy couldn't keep the dirt away from the head, you know, the lead excavator operator couldn't keep the dirt away from him. He couldn't load the trucks fast enough, so I just got up on the pile and I started slinging dirt. I was loading trucks, I was getting the spoils out of his way. And then if you notice in the one video, when the foreman shows up, when I swing around to look, there was no more trucks sitting there. So that'll kind of give you an idea. But, so yeah, basically that's it. I just jumped in there and started doing it. And nobody talked to me until after lunch. The claw, if you saw, I don't know if you could see it in the video on my bucket, it's called a thumb. Some people call it a claw. It's pinned up on the arm of the machine. Well, the pin didn't have a keeper and it kept popping out. So it'd pop out and that thing would slam down in my bucket. Well, that's the first time anybody talked to me when that happened. And they're like, oh man, I don't know how we're going to fix this. You know, we'll have to call the foreman and the mechanic. And I said, hold on, let me think of something. So I opened the bucket all the way up and that would let the claw hang. And then I just pushed it over top of a pile of dirt and it pinned it back up. And then I had the other guy push the pin in with a hoe. You know, it was no big deal. And so yeah, the one guy was like, he was shaking my hand like, hey man, you're pretty good. Well, the lead guy, I think he's threatened by me. You know, he's like, I've been doing this shit 30 years. And I'm like, yeah, I've been doing this shit 30 years too. You know, who the fuck are you? But I'm only supposed to be working with these guys for a couple weeks until this new foreman comes back. Well, I'm sorry, he's not a new foreman. I think I said this in the other video too. I repeat myself a lot, but you know, I guess I like to hear myself talk. But anyway, my foreman is a guy who used to work here and he quit, and now he's coming back, and that's who they're putting me with. They're trying to build a pipe crew. They got 17 pipe crews here, and this will be 18 now. But yeah, I'm only working with these guys temporary because I told them I can't wait for 2 weeks. You know, Dragon's gotta get some work here. I need some money. You know, Gina's coming down, and I want to be able to get a place. And you know, I already missed out on a nice little house because I was bouncing between those jobs. And you know, and that's not really the only reason. Them assholes already knew who they were going to give it to. But anyway, so yeah, that's sorry about saying all the time. Just it's actually become a habit. I hate when people do that, and then I do it. Anyway, yeah, that's the deal with the job. This crew's only temporary, so I really don't care about them or about the job that much. That sounds harsh, but over the years you understand what I'm saying. You know, you know, everybody's puffing their chest out, trying to look good. You know, when the new guy's there, and the new guy's there, and he starts kicking ass, and he's thinking on his own, and all of a sudden everybody feels threatened, and then you're an asshole. So, I mean, nobody's called me that yet, and I don't care. I just know what they're thinking because I've been there thinking it too. You know, it's just instinct to be that way. And then the guy's like, I said, well, you know, the lead guy's got the big hoe, and it's 10 times faster, and it's got a hell of a bigger bucket. And he's just burying me and the other guy because we got to keep the dirt away and load trucks. So I said to him, I said, why don't you let me run that hoe and you run my hoe? That way you won't bury us. That's when he said, I've been doing this shit 30 years. I could even bury you with the little hoe. And I said, well, let's do it. Show me. And he just laughed, goes, ha, ha, ha. And he walked away. Yeah, so put your money where your mouth is, asshole. I don't back down from nothing. Let me see it. Today, I'll be a little more comfortable and I'll see what happens. But after lunch, that thumb fell down like 20 freaking times, man. It was horrible. And as soon as I stopped loading trucks, they started backing up again. The other guy, he finally got up on a pile. He was sitting on the ground, grabbing dirt off a pile, which is 10, 20 feet taller than him, and then picking the dirt up over the truck and putting it in it, you know. And I never saw anything like that, you know. I always sit on the pile and the truck backs under me, and I don't, and the idea is when you load a truck, for those who don't know, you want to move as least as possible. So you park your trucks like at an angle to your pile if you're on a loader. So you scoop, you back up, you barely turn, and you don't. Well, that's what I do loading them, okay? I kept loading them from the side. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I kept my dirt pile kind of to the side of the truck, so I just pick it up, boom, drop it on the truck. Well, they saw that, and I was going really fast, and the foreman and the superintendent were like riding around looking at me. So the guy says, "Hey, start getting the dirt from behind you." I'm like, dude, I know how to load trucks. I can load them so fast that they'll be gone for a half hour, and then I can move the dirt. But I didn't say anything, I just went along with it. But it's just funny the way people think different. I'm from up north there, and we know how to hustle. We know how to work. Not saying anything about people here in Florida, but a lot of them who were born and raised here, man, they're lazy. Oh, we'll get to it tomorrow, and they don't want to work, and they got some strange ways of doing stuff. But anyway, I appreciate you all following along. There's a handful of you that really give a crap, and for the rest of you that are thinking you can't pack up and leave and go somewhere, well, that's bullshit. If that's the way you think, then you can't do it. You have to think positive about everything. And when shit hits the fan, take your time, deal with it, cry, whatever you got to do, and then get over it, and then get on with it. Do something about it. What are you going to do about it? That's what makes you a stronger person, and that's just what makes you a person, So anyway, I'll get off that soapbox for a while. I was trying to clear up some things, and I know I got sidetracked as usual, but hey, I appreciate you all watching. And Dragon says, peace out.